Okay, joined by Colorado State head coach Tom Hilbert and outside hitter Katelyn Steffan and middle blocker Plourde. Coach, if you could start us with some opening comments.
Well, I thought this was a well-played match by both teams. I thought it was kind of a real battle. It was very interesting to me because the first set I felt like we were in control of and we were going to win, and we let that one slip away. The second set, we win that set with 8 kills, and that's really kind of rare. But what happens is there's 2 things that we do pretty well. We serve relatively tough, and we block well. I mean, we are one of the better blocking teams in the country because of this. Both of these guys right here, and I think that makes a difference. That creates some more unforced errors for them, and that ended up being the tail of the tape.
Questions?
Did you feel like your blocking and serving in that second set really kind of?
Yes, our serving was much better in the second set, and it helped us. And it helped us get in more of a flow. And then we came out and won the third. The fourth didn't play very well. And once a team like Oregon gets a 5-point lead, you're probably in trouble. You know what I mean? We couldn't let that happen. And then we came out in the fifth set and did the right things. We blocked well. We didn't make mistakes. We didn't have hitting errors, and didn't miss a lot of serves. And we ended up blocking some balls and created some errors for them, which ended up being the reason that we won.
Coach, after losing set 4 the way you did, how do you come back?
Well,
what do you tell them?
I think there was a timeout in set 4 where I said it's not really important winning this set as much as getting momentum. But then I don't think we really did get momentum. I think that we rested some players. We got so they could just gather themselves, and we knew, we know we're a good team. And we came out and we got in. We started in a good, solid rotation for us, and ended up playing well, and got a little lead in the fifth set, and that helped us confidence-wise.
Maggie, can you maybe talk about, number 2 for them came out blistering in the first set. I think she had 11 kills, and you guys slowed her down more and more as the game went on. How were you guys able to do that?
I feel like we realized after the first game that 'cause she had so many kills that we needed to disrupt her a little bit more. So I think we really just focused on getting our hands over the net so I can slow the ball down at least. And I feel like we did that after the first game.
Katelyn, can you talk a little bit about what was going on at the end after set 4?
After set 4, I think we kind of got on a lull in game 4, and then just kind of needed to regather ourselves and refocus and do the things that we know we're good at, which is, like Tom said, blocking and serving. So I think we knew that we can. I guess I should say we know that we can compete with anyone in the country. It's just a matter of coming out and proving that, and we needed to prove that after a not so good loss in set 4. We needed to prove it in game 5.
And you guys never trailed in that final set. Did you feel on the court like we've got this?
Yeah. I think we came out with a sense of pride and a sense of just kind of a little chip on our shoulder, knowing that we didn't want what happened in set 4 to happen right now, and we didn't want our season to be over. We played just with more passion than they did in that 5th game.
Coach, what do you want to do tomorrow night, depending on who you see? What do you want to do on your side of the net?
Well, one thing I'd like to see us get better at is having a higher kill percentage, okay? And that's going to come from serve receiving better. I don't think we particularly serve receive very well tonight, so that we can distribute the ball and open things up for our attackers. But if we're constantly taking out of system swings, our kill percentage is low. And it was lower tonight than it needs to beat a team like Hawaii. So that's going to be very important.
I guess it's for the players, but I don't know if you heard the fans cheering Hawaii when they came out here as you guys were running off the field. But if you guys are playing Hawaii tomorrow night in this environment, just kind of what are your thoughts on that?
I really feel like we're going to have to stay composed. I feel like that was the main thing that we did tonight. We just stayed composed and within our team. And despite that they're going to have a large crowd, I think we have to gain energy from our own teammates. So I think just being composed and staying within our team.
They've never really seemed like a hostile crowd either, and we're used to playing in big crowds on our home court. So I think it, in the end might actually help us. Just, yeah, we need to come together as ourselves, but just work off the momentum from everything going around too.
Coach, talk a little bit about your defense. I thought your libero played great.
Yeah, she did a nice job. She played with a great deal of energy tonight, that's for sure. And there are times when I have to sort of settle her down sometimes, but she was very good. And I think overall defensively we were pretty good. We just dug balls. Unfortunately, I'd like to get more middle and right side attacks out of some of our digs tomorrow night. I hope that happens. But and it's not that I don't like our outside hitters. I just think they carry so much of the load. 45 and 49 swings. We need those guys to not have to take that many swings. So if we can defend and control the ball on defense, it's going to help us.
Coach, I'm assuming you've looked at both teams, but say if it is Hawaii, what do they do that might be bothering you?
Well, they have one of the best outside hitters in the United States, and she's pretty phenomenal. And then they also play play great defense and do the things that they play great volleyball, and we're going to have to play in multi-swing rallies and play well in multi-swing rallies.
Okay, any more questions? All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow.